Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Grant, and this is Chattanooga Whiskey Between the Barrels.
And we're here at our Chattanooga Whiskey Experimental Distillery, the only true standalone experimental whiskey distillery in the country, and it's turning 4.
Is that true?
Yes, it's turning 4.
No, that it's the only standalone experimental distillery in the country.
I think so. Anyway, we want to show you around. Follow us. So here we are standing in front of our 100-gallon pot still where we do our experimental distilling every day. And this is basically our R&D lab. I'd love for Grant to walk you guys through why it's an experimental whiskey distillery.
Yeah, so a 100-gallon pot still, it's not very big. It makes only about a barrel a week here, which if that doesn't sound like a lot, it isn't. But it does allow us to try pretty much everything in the process. From mashing, to fermentation, to distillation, to barreling, we try it all.
That's why we love it. So we're inside production, the experimental whiskey distillery. Grant, what's so experimental about this?
Well, this is the home and birthplace of Tennessee High Malt, which is our malt-forward take on straight bourbon whiskey. So it should come as no surprise that we like experimenting with a lot of different types of malted ingredients.
So how many malts are we talking about?
Since 2015, over 100.
It's a ton. So what does that look like?
Well, in batch 002, we experimented with cherrywood smoked malt and caramel malt for our smoked high malt. In batch 009, Tennessee double malt, we experimented with a very rare malt, floor malted corn.
Delicious. All right, so when it comes to fermentation, is there anything experimental about that they should know about?
Yeah, since starting in 2015, we've experimented with over 20 different types of yeasts. Wild yeast, wine yeast, beer yeast, you name it, we've tried it.
So that's what makes this place so special. Nobody else is doing this. More than 20 types of yeast, more than 100 types of malt. Let's go. So we are underground at the Chattanooga Whiskey Experimental Distillery in our barrel cellar. Grant, what is so experimental about all these barrels?
Well, in short, pretty much everything. Although these barrels all probably look pretty similar, they're actually pretty different.
Hey Grant, how?
Well, Rich, of the 200 or so barrels that are down here, probably greater than 100 of them are different recipes. And even though, again, these barrels look similar, we've experimented with over 30 different types of barrels. Different toasts, different chars, and even different finishing barrels. For instance, batch 004 Scottish style high malt was finished in Islay Scotch barrels. Batch 008 Tennessee single malt was finished in barley wine beer barrels.
So just 2 examples of what make this place so cool. Why don't we go upstairs and check out the rest? All right, Grant, happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. 4 years of experimental distilling. Let's show these people what it looks like. Batch 001, Tennessee high malt. Batch 002, smoked high malt. Batch 003, native barrel smoked high malt. Batch 004, Scottish style high malt. Batch 005, weeded high malt. Batch 006, native barrel weeded high malt. Batch 007, Tennessee rye malt. Batch 008, Tennessee single malt. Batch 009, Tennessee double malt. Batch 010, Tennessee double barrel version 1. Batch 010, Tennessee double barrel version 2. Batch 010, Tennessee double barrel version 3. Experimental single barrel 32 of Tennessee high malt. Experimental single barrel 52 smoked high malt. Experimental single barrel 55 native barrel. Experimental single barrel 62 Scottish style high malt. Experimental single barrel 51 weeded high malt. Experimental single barrel 42 Tennessee rye malt.
18 experimental batches in 19 months. How about that?
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday.